Well, it's 5 in the morning and I'm driving up north 2 hours to go camping and sailing in my. So I've been looking at some options for sailing and camping up in the Superior National Forest, and Birch Lake has been on my list for a while. It's a pretty good sized body of water with a campsite that's accessible, and we're going to go do some exploring. Packed up and ready to roll. Well, this is life in Duluth Superior on the edge of Lake Superior. Quick stop on the north end of Duluth. Just kind of curious if I'd be able to see back to town and show you a quick picture of the lift bridge. It's 3 miles back maybe, but not much to see. Well, according to Google, it's a 2.5-hour drive up to Birch Lake Campground, but I'm kind of worried. Just because I'm driving up the north shore of Lake Superior. I've already stopped. I haven't even made it out of Duluth, and I've stopped to take a few pictures. I just got a sneaking hunch this could be a 4-hour trip. Miles of forest. This is Northwoods, Minnesota. Beautiful country. Got about 50 minutes, an hour to go to get to the campground. And the drive is through this. Pretty much the rest of the way. And now it's time for 5 miles of gravel road. I love it when it says 5 miles, 20 minutes. Well, here's my launch site. Pretty little bay. Looks like some wind out there. It's about 10:45. So I'm gonna put the boat in the water and do some exploring. Campsite's not available yet, and so we'll come back later in the afternoon and set up camp. And we're ghosting along. Biggest thing out here that I have to watch out for is some rocks, but I gotta ghosting nicely here as we head off the dock. A few fishermen out. There's a couple of houseboats that get rented out here. Pretty country. Nice wind right now. Well, I'm thinking of hopping off on this little island for a lunch break. I'll have to check my approach and see where I can get in there without running into rocks. I get my boom end up on my main, which allows me to drop it really quickly into my lazy jack. Right now I want that power coming in here, but yeah, we'll see how this goes. There's not a lot of soft places to land up here. A lot of rock. A lot of it drops off really quickly. Sometimes you can come alongside a cliff face like that and just tie off to shore with some fenders. But we'll go see what we can find. I'll turn the motor on if I have to. Well, it looks like this is probably a pretty popular lunch spot. Looks like it gets a little bit of use here, and it's in a beautiful spot. Just this little island. People up here do a pretty good job of keeping things clean. There's not any garbage around. It's one of the things I love about the Northwoods up here, is there does seem to be an appreciation and respect and care for it.
So I'm going to settle in for a little bit and have some food and explore this, 200 square foot island. So let's see, what do we got? Sourdough wassa bread. Throw on some runny peanut butter, some Thuringer sausage. Usually I just get summer sausage, but this is pretty good. Something different. And some craisins. And I got cheese in there just in case. But I don't know. Right now I'm good. I'm wondering if I can find a place to park for a second and do some hiking up one of these, up that cliff in front of me here. Let's go see. Alright, we'll see if we can sneak right up by that cedar there. Main's down, jibs rolled up. I got the mizzen on. Looks like there's enough water. And I'm hoping right behind this rock there's a spot I can turn up. We'll find out. Should probably be rowing or have an oar out or something. I think I can tuck right up in here. Not bad. A little bit of a bump. Oh, I think I gotta lift my keel. All right, two-hand job. Well, there is a nice little campsite up there. I took a hike up and forgot my camera, my video camera, in the boat, and I also managed to pull a muscle a little bit when I jumped out, so I didn't feel like climbing back up. But working my way up the river. If you know this area, this is the South Quishawee, heading off to the right. And I think it's the North Quishawee heading the other direction, up that way. Well, there's day one track. A lot of tacking upwind and then a nice run home. Well, back at the campsite. There's a nice little spot right off the site that I can pull the boat up. And I think I am good. You got to be a little careful about rocks underneath the muck, but I got her pulled up and I think she's going to be fine sitting here. So my beautiful day out, it was gorgeous, and unfortunately I'm getting old and I find my muscles do things they shouldn't do, like when I step off the boat to land and I pull a calf muscle. So, kind of stinks. So I'm kind of gimping around a little bit. Took some ibuprofen, and we'll see how things feel in the morning. I'm going to take it a little bit easy the rest of the night. My galley box is a little bit disorganized, but it works. I like it. I've cooked a meal. I had some rehydrating, some, I can't remember what this was, some kind of Italian soup, hamburger, noodles, and veggies and stuff. But one thing I noticed is I do not have heat resistant sides, but I feel no heat, no warming at all on these walls. And I've heated up a couple of kettles of water. I've had that on the burner for a while, and really there's nothing. Good ventilation from here, and the heat just seems to go up. So I don't know if others have wondered about that, but that's been my experience. And this is how organized I am when I go camping, especially when it's been a little bit of a while. Well, it's about 5:30 in the morning. Kettle's on the boil, and I've decided I'm gonna pack up today and try to get in about a 20-mile sail down to the city of Babbitt on the south end of the lake and back. Slept good till about 2, and then, you know, the little animals came out, and I become super sound sensitive and just didn't sleep super well after that. My leg's a little bit better, but still a little bit slow moving around camp. So head nets out because the mosquitoes are too. And I tell you what, I've never used a head net before, but it ain't bad. It certainly keeps the mosquitoes off my face and neck. And it may look stupid, but I'm okay with that. Out on the water. Nice little breeze coming from the north again. I pulled my battens. I gotta get those back in my mizzen here before I get moving along. Gorgeous morning. We're gonna head that away. So I said 10 miles. I think it's maybe 6 or, I don't know, 7 or 8 miles. We'll find out. So I'm sitting here running wing on wing again, realizing something. One thing I found I can do is I can pull that jib across with the jib sheets, leaving the pole in place. Now, the only issue is things get a little tangled up. But you know what? With the right fittings, I think I can make that work. Taking time to enjoy the sights a little bit, just drifting backwards. Jibs rolled up, mizzen's pulled in. Pretty good breeze blowing down through here. Back into this little bay. Such a pretty country. There's a couple of swan up here along the shoreline. First I thought they were tundra swan, but I'm not sure. I don't want to get too close. They're could be nesting this time of year. Probably there's all kinds of beautiful little camping sites along the shore here. Looks like there's a fire ring up there on this little point. Not sure if this is a U.S. Forest Service or not, but I suspect it is. So it'd be a fun lake to get a group of folks back up to. There's plenty of water to sail. Just gorgeous country. would have to watch out. Got to be a little careful, like I said. No soft spots, but just sail us by here slowly. A lot of the sites they pick too, there is I'm kind of curious if around the corner we'll find something a little bit more accessible. Maybe back in this corner, possibly. Or not. Well, I threw a reef in, not because I couldn't handle it, but because there's these fun little puffs that are coming across here that are pretty strong. And dang it, I'm trying to enjoy the scenery. But with the reef in the sail here, it's just fabulous because the boat still moves along nicely. But if I get a little careless, I'm not paying as much attention as I should. I really am not worried about it. Just doesn't heel much. It just pushes you forward. It's great. It's really nice. You sit here and you watch these little puffs and you wonder which direction they're coming from. I'm not sure if you can see that on the water up here. We'll see what's up around this corner. Looks like there's a $1 million house around the corner. There's a few of those stuck in. A few old cabins. Continuing our nice little downwind run here. A little bit of waves starting to build, but not much. Just some big puffs. Babbitt's up around the corner to the right here. And we're starting to see some cabins and things up along the shore. It looks like there's a boat ramp up there. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to stop. I think there's a city park closer to town that I'm shooting for. We'll see what we find. Well, it's going to be a long slog home. The wind goes from, nothing much to some nice sustained 15-mile-an-hour breezes and shifty, and we got about 6 or 7 miles upwind to go. So, So as I was saying 2 seconds ago, I was about dead calm, and now we got a nice breeze cooking across here, and we're moving along. And it just keeps going back and forth. This will last for about 4 or 5 minutes maybe. It's a beautiful sail while it's happening. Looking for a lunch spot where I can pull up. And I don't know if we can do this or not. 2 miles later, we're back here where we started. It's mid-afternoon. I'm gonna have a late lunch, and then I'm going to have a back roads trip home. That should take about 2.5. Again, I have a feeling it's going to take me longer. All right, well, thanks for joining me.